Welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM. This could even be episode number 40. Okay, so I am down at the bottom of the factory to pick up items to try and get a little bit of this up and running so we can do something about our very meager resources. So let's grab the, actually what we're going to do is I want to change this because we're not going to need a huge number of these once we're done. Let's just make it 10, so when I grab those it won't make too many more. How many are you trying to make? Actually it's unlimited at the moment, that's probably not great. We'll grab those though anyway. And up here we only have 5 more, so that's not going to go very far. Now, between times I have actually put some pipes down here, and I think all the pipes have been built out. I've only got that sort of transport belt on me though. I think I was putting yellow transport belt down, so I probably need to continue with that general process. Let's get some yellow supplies then. Maybe we can... Is there no room in there? Oh, I see. I've blocked it off. There. Hopefully that's all we need. That, of course, means that our machines will struggle a little bit more to build. That's all right. This might finish eventually. So what we need to ascertain is which block is more or less complete, if any. This one is definitely a candidate, as is this one. We just removed maybe this stuff. We could probably make these two fully operational. Except there's quite a lot of stuff sitting in there. You could have just a chest. Do I have enough to make a steel chest? No. Alright, let's use a couple of iron chests in for the moment. Was in there. Not all of that, because that's probably working anyway. Some of these pipes were in there, I know that. In fact, probably all of the pipes were in there. It doesn't really matter what else, that should be fine. Okay, now, having picked that up, we'll grab this one as well. And gaps. And our new machine that we've just up, to remove that. Okay, that back somewhere there for the moment. And just a moment. And we're back. So you have power. Don't really like you being there though. That's sort of defeating the purpose that we have set out for ourselves. Yes, we're probably going to need a little bit of the landfill just to fill in this area as well. Especially over these two that we're trying to get sorted. This is all something of a mess, isn't it? Huh. Couldn't make up my mind, obviously. Work. We'll just need to make you a drop long and you come straight through. Maybe I need some of that. That would have been fine there. Some of that belt immunity equipment. We probably don't need these coming through like that. What we do need is this pipe just continuing. The recharge is in the way now. Now, I did have more of those, didn't I? There we go. Yes, the same. Carry on. Light going to work. We may as well probably do this. I might need water, so I might just leave a little bit just in case. Okay. Are these going to work the way I need it to? Let's do something like that. Yes, it's taken all of my inserters away. Just a moment. Okay, and we are back again. Sorry about that. Now, let's just get this coming down here where we need it to. Fix up this one as well. Oh, you're not connecting now. Fine, whatever. How about now? Yes. We obviously need a whole lot of inserters. I didn't even think about those. Let's do another quick trip back to get some inserters. Hang on, let's just fill that guy in as well. So we have our 2 columns now of the Mark IIIs. It's not obviously complete, but as soon as we get this running, the process should be able to kick into higher gear and finish off. Or once we get this process plus making iron somewhere using the end product. That's the general idea of what we're trying to do, of course. Hopefully we've had a few inserters that have been built in the meantime. They were down further, weren't they? We run straight past them. Inserters, here we are. So all we need is the yellow inserters. Let's grab all 50. I should possibly increase that to 100 or so. And maybe give myself some indication where this little pathway is. I don't keep running past it. Oh, and we need a little bit more logic here, but we'll get to that soon. It's sort of down the track a little bit. I might actually manually place all of these just to make sure that the ones we actually need are the ones that get placed, rather than just what the bots decide is important. They always seem to decide the wrong ones. That's good. In that case, I will let half the remainder go wherever the bots decide is important. Oh yeah, there they go. Come on. You. Oops, wrong key. You need to be long drop. You need to be long drop. You already are, I think. And you need to be a long drop. You need to be a long drop. That looks like it. So, if we were to give this some power now, we should... I don't actually like those. We should be able to... Yes, we can put one of these every second. That seems to be a good idea. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'll use this filter here to get rid of the wooden poles because I don't really want to use them. And we will manually put one of these in every... hey, I thought you were connecting. Every one, it looks like. Probably the Mark III poles would have worked perfectly, but in the absence of Mark III poles, we'll make these ones work for us. You don't have a formula, or you do? Water. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, you don't have one of those. Okay. Now we have some action. Alright, now let's use max rate calculator, which I know I had some issues on, but I want to know... This is what I want to know. It says one assembler has no recipes. Okay, which it's probably the ones we have added at the end. Let's do that again then. Yeah. So according to max rate calculator, we're getting 360 of the slag every minute, 30 per machine per minute. Let's have a look what the formula suggests is the case. 4-second craft time for one slag. This machine is 2 times speed. So the calculation seems to be wrong. Or does it? No, it will take 2 seconds, so it's right. It will be 30 a minute. 360 a minute. So, to use 360 slag a minute, how many of the next machine do we need? Which is the Liquefier Mark III. You guys probably need to go like this, I would suggest. Your formula, turn slag into slag slurry. This crystal. Oh, you can do that in a liquefier as well, okay. And how many of these can you do with your input of sulfuric acid per minute? One can do 300. So one of these can just about do the entire output of this line per minute. Okay, that is interesting. That means 2 will do it easily. Probably means we have far too many of them, perhaps. In that case, let's put a bunch of these guys in. To make sure that it gets picked up fast enough. Now that makes slag slurry, but I don't think that's what we want over here. We want the next process as well, I believe. Whoops, gone far too far. We want to turn it into the mineral sludge, so we want this process as well. Right, and for that we have the filtration units. Filtration units, slag slurry. That's what we want, and Control N. So this says 1125. Is that correct? 4-second crafting time. Crafting speed 1.5. Okay, so you got 90 seconds, which means you have 22.5 iterations. It probably is correct then. 11.25 in, 11.25 out. How much are each of these sending out? Let's just go Control N. It's one of each. Over the course of a minute, you're able to deal with 300 slag. 300 slag looks like it creates 3,000 slag slurry. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. 3,000 slag slurry, which means you're overproducing by quite a large factor. In fact, we probably need 3 of these machines for each row. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, probably want it sort of on an angle like this, but this will stop here. So maybe I want these machines more. 1, 2, 3. The coal filter, and then it would be something like this. And then if we were to check the whole column, we're getting 360. So that does not make 6,000. We're not actually consuming it all. We're very, very slightly off. So we get 3,375 of the mineral sludge as our final product per minute. Right. This is a potential, but it won't happen. Confusing, I know, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I want to do is get this loading into these 2 machines. I probably want a level of equalization between these. Let's do that. I don't know. I don't like this little loop there, so maybe I don't want to do it quite like that. Maybe I'll do it this way. So at least there's not a loop there. There kind of is, but kind of isn't, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that should fill these tanks up now. Once we supply these guys with power, and the filters and the purified water. And then we just have to do something with the gases. Which I may not have left myself enough room for just yet. Where are you going to go to? Probably just there. I would have thought we'd have some gas in here by now. Oh, right. It's better. We have hydrogen, we have oxygen. Excellent. So, what else do we need? We need to make the purified water. So what we were doing up above was this plant here. No, we have this machine here. Simple chemical plant that makes purified water. And then we can inject the purified water into, into these machines for one thing. So we need a hydro plant. Ideally, we'll pick up hydro plant 3 is what we should pick up. It might be harder to do than I'm thinking. So let's just make a hydro plant 1 for the moment. Now, actually, that's not the process that I need just at the moment. I needed just a chem plant. That petrochem. And I really probably want the chem plant 2, which needs extra steel and all sorts of other things. But as we're only at the very beginning stages here, with only 1 column or maybe 2 columns by the time we're finished, let's just put the 1 chem plant in. So we're going to have a line of gases coming into this guy. You are going to make purified water. Ferric chloride, purified water out of gases. Water treatment. No. I don't think it's any of these or those. Purified water out of oxygen and hydrogen. That's the recipe that I want. So, in other words, so if the oxygen is there and the hydrogen is there, does that work for us? You go to there to pick up the oxygen, one more. It actually means this probably needs to be up one, but I won't get too concerned about that just at the moment. We need to get this bit right as well. Probably need to actually come out to about there, which is slightly awkward, but at least that way will work. Which will mean, and I was expecting this, that we will have to have a small gap just there. You need power. Right, we now have the ability to have purified water. Oops. So that's not going to work. It's going to have to come one short. There we go. So these guys now have the possibility of two things. Sulfuric acid, we will have to get that sorted in a moment as well. That will be happening from the sulfuric wastewater. That's what this guy is here for. You are going to sulfuric wastewater into sulfur, mineralized water, and purified water. I believe that's what we need, right? Yes. So these guys need about there. Are there any more pipes in this collection? Yes, there are. Fantastic. We'll be using those. Oh, we've got tons of those, not to worry. So, I mean, in many ways, we're just rebuilding what we have up above, but this will be to a grander scale. You're going to need power. And for outputs, you have purified water, which has to be evacuated. So we need to make a change over here. We need to put in a valve. Top-up valve. You only do this to top this up. You don't do it for any other reason. So that this one can always get rid of what it needs to. And mineralized water, because we have mineralized water, we will be setting up the geode processing, one of these stacks, just to get rid of the water. But the other thing that we need to do is get another chem plant, another 2 chem plants actually. Chem plant. We need some iron. I don't think I put any iron in that box, did I? No, I just just put lots of rail in. Alright, let's go and get some iron. How are we doing for time? Not too bad. Anything in there? No. Tiny bit of iron here. Let's grab a bit from there so that we can make a couple of chem plants. Is 2 all that we require? 1, 2, yes. 2 is all that we require. Okay. Oops, we're too low again. So let's come over here. I think I like the idea of having a box that the sulfur gets put into. Where do we need the sulfuric? We need it up there, okay. And we're going to need some back here as well. Chem plant. Might do that. So you are doing sulfur dioxide, which means you're going to need some oxygen injected into there. Okay. It's coming straight into this line is not going to work, so it's going to have to be here. Rightio. There's your O2, sulfur, sulfur dioxide. Now you're going to make sulfuric acid, which also needs purified water. Is that the formula that we use up here as well? It uses purified water? Yes, okay, fine. You will use that as well. Sulfuric acid, and of course it's over there. Of course it is. Just to make sure my pipes have to be gross. So, you have purified water coming out. You don't have any sulfuric wastewater yet because there's nothing of nothing. We need to get it up to there, don't we? So ideally this would actually be further over, but I don't think a pipe would reach over all these machines anyway, even if it was. No, not a chance. So we will come out to about here. To about here, where we will then run, oops, pipes like so. And all we need to do to make this work is get a little bit of sulfur from our other collection, and then we're away laughing, except for is the mineral sludge hooked up? It is, okay. Except for the fact that the mineralized water also needs to be sent somewhere. And that somewhere is going to be over to here. Hopefully there's enough room to do all of this that looks like it's going to cause me a problem on this line. I might have to shorten this line, something like that. Mineralized water can come to about here, then you can do a U-turn to about here. What I might do is just simply build a storage tank for now if I had some iron and steel. I don't. I may need to completely redirect this pipe. It seems to be very much in the way. I might have to come along here and up. That would make a lot more sense actually. And instead of running that up so close, let's come back here and then run it down along here, say. Probably to about there. And up to about there. That's probably sufficient. And then our process that uses it will be over here. All right. What is left? We didn't need any extra water here, so I think it is safe to close off this water for now. Because what we're going to need to do is send excess O2 and excess hydrogen down to these pipes. Which probably means I want to fill this bit in as well. That's not quite correct. That. You go there, I think. Is that right? No. All messed up. You're in the way. Why don't I actually make a copy of that little collection with a copy blueprint. That. That's kind of what we're after, except we want that as well. And this is what we want everywhere. Okay, so then we just need these bits. Looks like we might be low on the undergrounds. Oh, we're using the wrong... We are using the wrong sort of underground there. We don't actually need yellow, it seems, but... yellow is what we're using, so that's that. Let's get those pipes into the bots collection so that the bots can take care of this. Oh, I do need a handful of those. If I've got enough even. But what I need to do is create further valve technology, shall we say. So the hydrogen come up to here. Oops. But we're only going past this point on overflow situation. Check valve, overflow valve. So that's how you get hydrogen into here, only on overflow. So far there is no overflow, and I probably should have done these around the other way, now that I think about it. So oxygen then. And maybe this would work better if it's coming down here. Overflow. Okay, there hasn't been any. And the hydrogen... Does it work? Actually, let's do the hydrogen overflow valve this way. Reach. Don't need it like that actually. Lining is not. That's what we're after. So far, no gas has made it to these tanks. That is fine. It's not surprising even. Wait a sec, you should not be hydrogen. This is all screwed up. Come on, bots. What are you doing? Because it would have been the bot's fault. That is for sure. It certainly wouldn't have been mine, right? Okay. Get rid of all of that. May have to redo this. Let's go. So... yeah. Why is that so radically different? Is it solely because of this? Oh, it's a Mark II. How did that happen? What? What? How are you mixing fluids? That's what we need. Right. Did I move at the last minute? I think I did. What is it? Control Z. Yes. Do. Oh, you're kidding me. You're actually... that's what the problem is. This is actually slid up a row. God damn. That means also that this lot is going to be one too high and it needs to go down one. Are you in range though? Yes, you are. Good. All right, let's do that again. Again. And really? That makes no sense whatsoever. Do we not have enough of the undergrounds now? Is that what you have a problem with? Now I have 14 more. I'm assuming these things are significantly oversupplied, in fact. We have no sulfuric acid. Let's get that sulfuric acid happening pronto. We just need one stack of sulfur, maybe two, something like that, just to get this going. I think it will build up the sulfur. Yes, I know you're still there, little worms. Actually, I probably even have some sulfur just up here that I could grab from this supply, from where the lime and so on gets made. Yeah, let's just grab 200. That will be fine. Yes, we are faster on the stone than we are on these very, very slow belts. So, you need some sulfur. There you go. Oh, and we also need, yes, I've made it quite difficult to get these devices in here, haven't I? I can't fit a assembly machine in the space left. I need some more iron as well. What about on the other side? No, because I need this room. So we are going to have to do the charcoal filter devices slightly differently. You are going to do the charcoal filter devices thingamajig. This might end up being too close. I have to be moved over a bit further. So we would need a little bit of belt running along here. And a little bit of belt running back this way. Something like that. You will have to pick up from... That doesn't work. Awkward. Very awkward. I don't have quite enough variations on my Bob's belts. Unless I make these go out to about here, which is the other option, I guess. No particular reason it has to be so tightly in here. Could have purified water out at this level. You get something like this. Am I able to make a... Yes, I am. Good. You get something like that, which would mean then that these guys don't actually need to be quite so pedantic over all of this. You could go there, you could go there. Your pickup simply is there. Your drop-off is there. Your pickup is there. You probably won't go there. You'll need to go here, say. And yes, we don't have a lot of room here, do we? Let's make room for one more. Inserter, that is. You simply need a long pickup. In this case, these guys can simply come slightly further up. And this guy here, you can do that, and you can do your drop off this way. Does that? Yes, that should reach. And then we need coal, charcoal rather, to come round to here. And to be taken in a somewhat even fashion. That is more the challenge. Entirely sure how we're going to manage that. Yeah, this is a mess. So I need all of this collection in here somehow. It's going to need a bit of a rethink. What I'm doing right at the moment might work. No, it's too wide. I think I'm going to have to remove one or two of these columns so that I can squeeze all of this crap in. But that's okay. At least we know how much room we need to give ourselves. Maybe it'd be better if I pushed all this down, or pushed... If I'm going to do that, I can probably get this out of the way. I can probably make this flatter. I'll have to have a think about that. We are coming up to time. I do want to get some of these made. That means we're going to need iron, I believe. I don't think 3 filter frames are going to get much happening. So we are now creating a tiny, tiny bit of mineral sludge. At least that has started happening. Okay, you guys need that. You need to be... This has to be a different type of station. No, the station is fine. It just needs to be mineral sludge load. Go, and you are now mineral sludge load. Weight condition is until full. Go. Hey, where are you going? Alright, fine. Go around in a circle, come back, then you can start loading. But I think we have been an hour. I think it's time to call it halts. I may do a bit of the reorganization of this stuff off camera, since it's kind of messy and I really want to progress each episode at this point. Holy crap. We already have enough of both gases to fill train. Where is our train that was trying to go around in circles? It got stuck. How did you get stuck? Stuck here. Okay, in that case, are we able to make... No, of course not. Have one, though. I think that's all we need, is it? We obviously need a lot more of these guys. Appears to have come to a complete halt at this point. Oh, because you need 5 at a time to make any more. So I need more iron, but we'll get that sorted. We'll probably need about 50 or something in there. And you are loading. That is fantastic. So I guess we've achieved objective 1. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye for now.